I find it very interesting that as Star Wars goes on, that a lot of the elements in a lot of shows, every characters, scenes, or storylines can all be traced back to one specific show, that being the Clone Wars from 2008, the 3D CGI Clone Wars show, because it's no surprise, and this isn't a secret, that the new co-CEO of Lucasfilm and Star Wars, Dave Filoni, he was directly involved in creating the Clone Wars show. And so, there's a lot of elements revolving around the Clone Wars are now in a lot of live action stuff. And is that a problem? Because in the beginning, it was mainly animation. Because you had Rebels, then you had Season 7, the Clone Wars got brought back, which is cool. Then you had the Bad Batch, which was a spin-off of the clones. Like, they took the elements of the clone storylines in that show and then expanded it in the Bad Batch, which was cool. And you had the Tales series that had a bunch of Clone Wars characters that had got their own little mini stories, which was really, really cool. Now you have Maul Shadow Lord, which focuses on Maul in the underworld, that again was featured in the Clone Wars show, and now it's being featured prominently as its own thing. And you don't hear people criticizing that for animation, because it makes sense. But where you are going to hear people criticize is with live action. As first with The Mandalorian, as that show went on, it brought back characters more specifically like Bo-Katan, the Darksaber, Ahsoka herself. Because since I watched all of that stuff, it's like, to me, I understand what's going on, but I don't know to like my family. Like, I don't know if they're confused by certain things. I haven't really asked them, because I don't really think I have an answer for that. I think, if I were to tell them, like, oh, this stuff was in another show, I don't think they really would care, really. I think it's more focused on what's in front of them with the live action stuff. So, I mean, I guess a question would be like, if you're someone never watched anything animation-wise, and you watch The Mandalorian, are you confused by certain things? Like, cause like I am questioning, like, when it comes to a lot of the live action stuff, like with Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and especially with Ahsoka, because season 2 is going to feature the Morris gods. Like, it's going to heavily feature that. The Morris gods appeared in Clone Wars. That's where they first appeared. Like, canonically, they talk to Anakin and Obi-Wan. Like, because Dave Filoni is directing that show, and if he is just like under the assumption of like, oh, because I have these characters in another show, all you have to do is watch that. But like, no. I don't think people are going to watch an animated project like from like over a decade ago to understand the current story they're watching. That's not good storytelling. And I hope that they fully understands that and make season 2 in a way that you don't have to watch the Clone Wars, instead watch the show that we are watching to understand what's going on. That's what I hope, because that's how storytelling works. And that led people to be very critical of the Clone Wars, that it's like, even though the show is very, very great, it's like there's sort of a resentment as like now everything is a spin-off or a sequel to that show now. Like, it started with Rebels as a sequel show, which is fine, because it was the first to do it. But now it's like, is The Mandalorian a sequel show to the Clone Wars? Is Ahsoka a sequel to the Clone Wars? Like, what? How many more sequels are going to make of the Clone Wars? Like, let things be its own thing. And yes, referencing prior work is great, but if you're actually incorporating story elements from prior arcs to the current story they're telling, and it's required to watch that, I don't know about that. To wrap things up, I just like how like a lot of things in Star Wars now is relating to one project that came out like almost 20 years ago. Like the Clone Wars is like 18 years old. It came out in 2008, so it's so cool that something from 2008 is still relevant now, even though like it is being shoved down a lot of people's throats. Where it's like, you kind of have to watch it at some point in order to understand some story elements, which, that's just how it is. Like, that's how Star Wars is now. Everything's multi-connected now. It's not like the MCU where you have to like watch or do a lot of homework to know. But it's like, if you want more context or something, then you always watch the Clone Wars for the extra context if you need it. But I'm ending things here. If you guys enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe. We're gonna go now. So goodbye, everyone.